It's a miracle, ordained by heaven.
This boy is our king.
Well, by Jove.
What's the lad's name?
What? Oh, I mean Arthur.
Hail, King Arthur!
Hail, King Arthur!
What's up? It's JRPG King. Do you want to know how bad the state of Modern Yugioh is? Well, let me give you a brief summary, and I'm going to be playing a couple of videos of other people discussing about the terrible state of this game. But basically, in summary, is the pricing is terrible. Meta staples are getting more expensive. And yes, that's going to include the newest hand trap that's coming out soon, called Mulcharmy Fularos. I think that's how you pronounce it. Mulcharmy Fularos, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, there's that. 3. Meta is stale and boring. I go to my locals. I basically face the same stuff. And it's getting really boring. And 4. The ban list is not impactful enough, and the community is getting far too toxic. All those combinations are really hurting the game. And the way Konami is treating everybody in TCG, it's just like you scratch your head and go, okay, like, do you know, Konami, you're eventually going to financially kill yourself in the TCG. Like, it's going to get to that point. Like, maybe it won't happen now, but I think eventually if Konami keeps going the route they are, then it's going to hurt OTS stores. And if OTS stores don't make money, then I think there's going to be a ripple effect for this card game. So the first video I will be bringing up is by a gentleman named Sparkman. Because the dueling tins have come out. You know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! 25th anniversary dueling mirrors is what it's called. Konami botched it. Like, it's so bad that SP Little Knight is the same exact price as when the card first got printed. Well, at least in Canada it is. Yeah, apparently this thing is going up. Right now it's sitting around 50, 60, and that's with taxes, by the way. This is before taxes. This thing's going to be $70 Canadian, and you need this card. Holy fuck. This game is financially starting to die off in some way.
Yesterday's Market Watch video as well. Now, there's a reason for that, and there's their master plan behind it. They're trying to milk the cards. What do I mean by that? Well, they have future products coming out, like Bonanza, like other things, right? And we take a look at the prices here, everybody. The prices are pretty expensive still for these cards. These cards that were supposed to be reprints to get, again, access, cheaper, all those things, right? Even the tin itself is going down in value because no one's opening up the tins, no one's buying the tins, they're just buying the cards. So that will inevitably, can't even speak, inevitably cause an issue here in the market as well. So, you know, we'll look at that as the crash begins to happen within the next few weeks, but it will happen. So products like this is what they're looking to milk. And I mean those cards that are very high in price, those SPL Knights, your Triple Taxis Thrust, your Abyssal Dissipator, you know, all these cards that are expensive, Chaos Angel, for example, right? They're looking to put these cards into these products to make people want to buy it. And is it smart on them? Obviously, that's a really smart thing they did, because obviously they're gonna make people want to buy these products because they're not getting access to it in the tins, which again defeats the purpose of the tins. But that's their idea of trying to sell more product, trying to sell more things, trying to make more money. Cool money for a reason. Come on now, everybody, we know what they're about. So that's what they're trying to do. Their master plan is to screw you over. TCG gets very favorable things. They get a lot of things given to them and a much easier route. Whereas the TCG, we are getting very unfavorable rarities that we have to then pay for, that it makes no sense. Now, I'm all for valuing a set. I think a set should be valuable to a sense. However, I do think that the game should also be affordable as well to play, and not every single set have cards that are hundreds of dollars that you have to pay. And keep in mind, everybody, cards like this Molchami Fuelios are going to be cards that you need 3 of in every single deck at this point, because we're looking at the 2.0 of Max C here. And with that being said, we're looking at a $100 card that you're going to need 3 of. So you do the math. You do 100 times 3, you're looking at $300. Yes. If you're thinking that, oh, maybe it'll be the other Molchami card, maybe it'll be $60. Okay, well, let's do the math again. That'll be $180. Yes, it's cheaper than $300, sure. But at the same time, $180 is still $180. That's an expensive amount of money you got to pay. On top of the other cards that are going to be in this set, like the Dominus Impulse and other, amazing cards in this one, which, again, this is going to be a great set. So just keep that in mind. We do have a lot of great cards in this one, and Asmina cards, and, we're going to go over all this real quick. But the OCG has Molchami Fuelios as a rare given to them. I think it was like a $9 card from what I last saw. So you do the math and compare that to the TCG, that this is going to be a secret rare, and how hard it is going to be able to pull this one. But on top of it, if you don't pull it, then you have to pay for it. Does that seem reasonable to you? Because it doesn't to me. I think it is a very unfortunate scenario Konami is putting us in the TCG in. I don't know how long they expect us to keep paying for absurd amount of prices on cards, because they want to rarity bump their things so that way people have a hard time getting them here in the TCG, so they can give more value to other things they want to bring out in the future. Here's what I'll say to this also, because I think it needs to be said. A lot of people would not leave this game if the prices were just a bit better to play the actual game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, people will complain that we're in a Tier 0 format. I will complain too. I'm not a fan that we're in a Tier 0 format. I think less people would complain if it also was an affordable game to play. Right? I talk about valuing a set. Value the set of the collectible side, from the QCRs, the Starlights, the Ghost Rays, the Ultimate Rares. Do that part. Make the set valuable in that regard. But the cards people need to play the game, make them accessible. You're creating this very toxic environment between the community and the company. And we've been seeing it again, time and time again, these past few months. And I shouldn't even say past few months. It's been years, really, that's been going on. It's just now more people are speaking up about it. And it's a very tough thing, especially if you want to play current day Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think a lot of people, and, even that's expensive. The Edison, the GOAT, the hat format people are joining now, even that's expensive to some regard. It's not cheap to play those formats, but people rather play that because it's a much more fun format, which I totally understand. But, in all things, if you have to put into perspective here, is that people do want to play current day Yu-Gi-Oh! The format that is, but it's not healthy, it's too expensive, and the power creep is insane.
Thank you, Sparkman, for highlighting the problems with the Rage of Abyss, and especially the Dueling Mirrors tins. Link below in the description will be to his Rage of Abyss video, if you want to watch it. And I would also highly recommend you watch his videos on the Dueling Mirrors tins. I'm going to locals, and there's so many people that are not coming back anymore. When I first came to locals, there were so many people. I remember there was like 15 people, 20 people. Then, as the weeks and months went by, it got less, and it got less. It's so bad that it's now 10 to 8 people. That's bad. When that many people are not showing up to locals, that's abysmal. And because not many people are showing up, now it's, unless you make top cut and you make it to the finals, you're not going to get anything. So that $5 that I keep spending, it feels like I'm wasting it and just throwing down the toilet. I don't want to go out and spend several hundreds of dollars or certain amount of money to make a competitive deck just to, win top prizing. I shouldn't have to do that. And another problem is I'm facing the same decks over and over and over again. And when I get paired up with somebody that runs a very high tier deck, I stand no chance. And that's not fair to me because I'm on a budget. I don't have this magical infinite amount of money. Let me tell you how bad it is right now. I'm trying to pay off, the core to run Ritual Beast. I spent almost $60 Canadian on just the base core of what I need. I'm still waiting for Arc Nemesis Protos. I have to pay that off. And then on top of that, I need an SP Little Knight. And SP Little Knight is starting to slowly get up in price even for the reprinted card. So what are my options? You tell me. It's so bad. I'm missing video games that I really wanted to play. I wanted to play Persona 3 Reload. I couldn't do that because I had to pay off my deck cores just to be somewhat competitive. If it's that bad, I have to shell out so much money for this hobby that I'm missing out on video games. That's a problem, in my opinion. I'm not enthusiastic about Rage of Abyss coming in October. I'm really not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But if it's so bad that these top players that can really afford these huge meta staples, if they're running this new Mulch Army, and if it's broken like I believe it is, then I'm not going to fucking participate in my local set much. If you're wondering, yes, it's true. I am moving to another trading card game. I'm likely going to move to Pokemon because I can't stand the current game right now. My passion for this game has dropped significantly. As much as people didn't like Master Rule 5, at least I was playing in it. At least I was topping. Now, good luck to you budget players. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you don't have that new broken hand trap, you're going to struggle. Konami is just burning so many bridges with people in Yu-Gi-Oh! And TCG right now. It's getting to a point where if you don't have a very high-paying job or you're rich, you're not playing the game. Let me just put it to you that way. To all those that are on a budget right now, these next few months are going to be hell. Budget challenges or balling on a budget like that one guy used to do. They don't exist anymore. You either have to shell out quite a bit of money for certain decks or you don't matter.
Oh my god! What a toxic player! Man, get out of here! Get out of here, man! Meta in Yu-Gi-Oh! This meta in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a joke. They release broken cards, cash in, and then laugh at you while you grind to Platinum in Master Duel, or just, trying to go to locals, enduring the stinkiness of the card shops. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not fun anymore. Well, playing competitively though. Everyone in Master Duel is just playing solitaire. You're just sitting there while you do nothing but watch your opponent destroy you in many ways. And don't even get me started with the community. It's just toxic. Plain toxic. At this point, I'd rather eat food off the floor than stay in this hell of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game and its community.
For anybody that's playing this card game still, I want your opinions down below in the comment section. How do you feel about the current game? Are you guys sick and tired of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?